We are recording. I'm so excited for our Sunday night. I'm still getting used to the Sunday nights because I feel like everything's going crazy with month end still from the last couple months. But I think Sunday nights are working out good. So we will jump in with everyone. I see people popping on, but I'm excited to welcome Tammy and Debbie. So first I'll just do one at a time because this is a big deal, you guys.
Hey,
I was
you
so
guys
excited.
promoted. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Actually, I'll tell you who we are. So we're Stefani and Joel Dunn, your top leaders in the company of It Works. And we're just excited because we get some movers and shakers on tonight that really just crushed the last few months. Well, all the time they're crushing it, but last month was a big deal. They promoted and each got a $25,000 rank up bonus. So I thought, I know so many people this month are promoting and everybody wants to know what's the secret, what are they doing? So rather than hearing from me all the time, I'll share that. But Tammy, this is so big for you. You are a presidential diamond. Woohoo! I get to
say so crazy.
It works, and that comes with an average about what, $15,000, $16,000. What is the average? You tell me.
It's like 14,700 or something like that.
I knew she was going to know.
I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's a big deal. So that's her monthly average that they have for It Works, and then a $25,000 rank up bonus on that. So you did that just about a week ago. You just ranked up. So congratulations. And
I know commissions haven't posted yet, so these two are still really calm. If we were to do this tomorrow after prelims posted, these would probably be like tissue faces, bawling, and they really probably wouldn't have wanted to get on. So that's why it's a good reason that we did it tonight.
Yeah. And so Tammy, just tell us a quick who you are, your 30-second, 60-second of who you are and how you got started.
So thanks, guys, by the way. So my name is Tammy Nevins. I'm a presidential diamond, and It Works. I can't believe it. It's been like, makes me emotional even talking about it. But so I have been in the business for over 5 years. I started back in 13. And I was working as an exercise physiologist. I was getting my master's degree, so I have my MBA. And I was trying to find a job in my field and kept seeing Steph and Joel posting. And for those of you who don't know, they're my cousins, and Debbie's my sister. So I won't go into her story too much, but so I was kind of watching their posts and everything, but, focused on getting my degree and focused on working in corporate America and everything, and got my MBA and was looking for over 2 years for a job and couldn't find one. So just networking and everything, and just kept hitting a dead end. And so our dad was very much into network marketing. He did Amway. He did a lot of different things, and just could never find his niche. But he did say, and he passed away when I was actually 35 weeks pregnant with my son, my oldest. And he said before he passed away, you need to find a home-based business. And of course, blow it off like, okay, Dad, I got my MBA. I'm going into corporate America. This is my deal. This isn't for me. And then, God works in mysterious ways, right? So I was just watching Steph and Joel, but never liked or commented on their posts. So you guys keep posting. But it was kind of just an aha moment for me when my student loans were due, and I had an $800 student loan payment. So turned around and was like, I need to find a job. I need to find something to do. So I called Steph after one of her posts of her working on the beach, and I hadn't been to the beach all summer, and it was the end of July. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Like, what do I need to do to make some money? And the rest is history. Mm-hmm. So 5.5 years later.
And you guys, I remember that conversation. So it was crazy that she says she's watched. So this is a key for newbies, and a huge key, because I think for a lot of us, we think we post and we feel defeated because nobody commented or liked. And so with this business comes consistency. So if I wouldn't have been consistent over those years, Tammy wouldn't have necessarily thought that I was even serious and think, is she really making anything of this? So when you're listening to these Zooms, each week and people come on, you're going to kind of feel like you're hearing almost a broken record. There's going to be a theme that starts to happen, but being consistent is such a key thing. So even on those days that you feel like, gosh, is anybody really seeing me? Remember to be consistent in that moment. So I remember that like yesterday. And so then I'll get into the question to both of you. So I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. And I did have them on because they're sisters and they work very closely together. And this is why, because Tammy joined, told her sister, and for those of you that know, Debbie was like, I'm not getting left behind. I'm going to do this too. So I'll let Debbie kind of share her story, but she promoted to Triple Diamond last month, which is about an $8,000 average income and a $25,000 bonus. And so, it's not saturated. I think people think that too, but Debbie, tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay, so I was watching along with Tammy, and I was a hater. I was kind of like, Tammy and I would talk on the way to work, and I was like, why is Stefani posting about stomachs and like all belly pictures? And I was just such a hater, and I didn't like your comment on any of her posts either. So there are people out there that are so skeptical about this opportunity and about the products that they're going to talk about you. And that's okay, because they're going to keep watching you and you're going to be doing your thing, and then it's going to draw them in. So that's what happened with us. Tammy said, I'm going to call Stefani. I think she'll help me pay my student loans. Like, I think I'll be able to make money with what she's doing. And I said, good luck. And I just kind of laughed about it. And I was like, let me know what happens, So then she gets on, and she called me back and said I signed up. And I think this is really a legit thing, and we're going to do this. Like, I'm going to do this. And I said, well, okay, well, tell me about it. And she said, well, not only is Stefani doing it, but her sisters are too. And, it's me. And I thought, well, shoot, then I'm going to be the only one not doing it. So I just said, okay, I guess I'll talk to them and join too. So I joined just for a social thing and not to be left behind, because I'm blue like that. But it didn't take long for me to see the financial opportunity with this. And at that point in my life, I was driving an hour to work, working an 8 to 10 hour day in the medical field and away from my daughter. And I always saw myself being a working mom. But after you have your child and you're leaving them in the care of someone else, it changes the game completely. And I was miserable, and I felt like a failure, and I felt like a failure as a mom and as a wife. And I didn't know how I could even add another child to the mix, which we wanted another one. So I was kind of desperate too. Like, my dream job wasn't my dream job anymore. Like, it just didn't give me the freedom I wanted. And then as Tammy has talked about, like, our dad passed away when I had just had my daughter. She was 5 weeks old at the time, and Tammy was 2 weeks out from having Carter, or 3 weeks out from having Carter. And like, to see him retire because he was too sick to live his life, like too sick to work, he didn't get a chance to live his life the way he wanted to. He didn't have that freedom. So that to me is what really pushes me forward. That's my goal, is that freedom of time, freedom of finances, and just be able to live my life the way I want to. So
That's so good. So good. And I've just seen you guys develop over the years, and I just know I'll get all emotional, but I just know your dad would be so, so proud, just beaming. And I just know that. So I won't go there. I'm trying not to, but anyway, the magic question I think that people assume is you just automatically promoted, right? That's like,
overnight success. Both of you.
They're so lucky. They're so lucky they promoted. And what I want you guys to know is, yes, this is work, but they found something that they both can do from home. They both do this full time. You know, they made a choice to work this during a job. Both of them did that. So understand that there's going to be different waves of when you make that decision. Maybe you're just adding this in now. You're brand new and you're like, oh, if I could just get to that $500 a month mark, what that would, you know, give you some freedom to do. Maybe pay off some debt or have some fun money, whatever that is. But I think one of the first goals that newbies and people that have been in is you need to decide. And that's what these girls did. They decided. And I've seen them all along with their goals. When they decide something, they're really going to go all in. And this wasn't something that I know that they just decided. They went to their team as well and just said, are you in? And they really worked well with their teams on working hours that maybe some people wouldn't want to work, but I can tell you they're probably so excited to say it's worth it. And they can breathe a little bit and then go from there. But the question that Joel had, and I'll just read it. This was the big question that we wanted to ask first was, what do you do at the beginning of the month to set up for your month-end promotion? So kind of like the importance that both of you have found in working the beginning of the month instead of trying to plan promotions the last 3 days of the month.
Now, you guys know that's legit for real. You guys are all on here, and I love you to death, but none of you are working until the 27th. Then the 27th comes, and it's like, oh, I've got to climb mountains. Well, if you just took a couple steps every day throughout this month, those big steps at the end of the month wouldn't be so big. So that was something that I know Debbie and Tammy both do so well, is they start their month strong. So I wanted to have them talk about that because it's very, very important to work your business through the entire month, not just when you feel like promoting.
Yeah. So Debbie, or Tammy, so break that down kind of for us, and then you can go on to that.
So basically in the beginning of the month, especially when I'm just talking like working towards a promotion, you know, you're doing it, you're making it happen, you're set, you're focused. So what I did the last couple months to make this happen, because it does take some work to get to these ranks with a team, is pull out the charts first and foremost. Focus on what you need, whether it be distributors, loyal customers, whatever it may be. Usually in the beginning of the month, I really focus on pushing along with my team, getting distributors. Mm-hmm. And then the second half of the month, getting the customers to come in. That sometimes with host to post, that just happens all throughout the month. But we'll talk about that later. But to get the key players, like the key people that are, you know, part of this promotion, part of this team that's promoting along with you, get them all in a group chat. Get the leaders from those teams in the group chat. So let's say you're going Ruby. You want those 3 people, those 400 boxes, all in a group chat, working super close with them every single day. Like literally touching base with them, messaging them, giving them daily tasks to do, giving them, if you're sending a message out, like for me, whenever I send a message out and I get a good response, or I do a host to post thing and it blows up, I am instantly sharing that with my team. Mm-hmm. And not only just your key players and your promotion team, but your larger team as well. So yeah, like Joel said, we're always trying to get as much done in the beginning of the month as possible. We even did contests. I know I did contests with like running your auto ship and getting that run by a certain time of the month. So we're not waiting until the last few days to try to figure out where the lack of volume is.
So auto ship. So again, we're talking to always some new people that are brand new, you know, just getting started, and they're like, what is that? And what is the importance of an auto ship and why we need that?
So think about this, like now we're kind of looking at a Ruby needing 400 boxes as a qualified live, but really we're trying to get them to 500 and above because they need 2,000 in volume to go Ruby. And I'm just talking as a Ruby because there's so many newbies on here that's more doable. So if you're running an auto ship, that's an 80 BV minimum going into that 400 box, right? So instead of needing to make up 400 in volume for a distributor, you're needing 400 minus whatever their auto ship is. So it's making it, number one, making it easier to promote if everybody on your team is running an auto ship. Secondly, we don't stress auto ship enough because you need to be a product of the product. And we talk about this all the time. You need to be having the products to use to be able to sell them. Like, people are going to look at a post that you're making, but if you're not using the products and you're not sharing pictures of yourself loving them or seeing results with them, you're going to have a harder time selling things. And you need to, like, I'm a visual person, but I'm also like, I need to be taking the product so I know what I'm talking about. And that's what all of you guys should be doing. Just
so I'm going to kind of jump over to Debbie, because you sent over a great kind of a script too that works for you guys. And so you're going to hear a lot of what's working as host to post and what that means. And it's off, asking some questions. But I was reading through, because I always have everybody, as I'm, going to interview people, kind of send them their questions to prepare them a little, but also to get their answers back and read them, because I want to know as well. And Debbie, you send over yours, but you're also sharing your personal results. And do you believe that helps you gather more customers and kind of build that trust with the people that you're talking to?
And so everyone doesn't freak out over here in the chat. I'm going to take the actual scripts, and we will make sure that they're posted on the YouTube channel in the info section. So don't freak out if you can't type fast enough or you can't get it, because that is where it will end up tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, like with Stefani saying, like we do a lot of post to post. And in the beginning, when I first was doing this business, that's not what we did. And things have changed so much, but you have to be willing to change with them. Like, what's working, you have to be willing to shift your focus and do what's working. So we've seen so much success with host to post. And really, I didn't start doing it until last April, when Rachel Jones had first shared about her success with it. So it's something that, like, as a team, we know it's super easy to do, because you literally have the script right in front of you, and you can use your text replacement and just kind of shoot off these messages. And it's something that I think a lot of people overthink. And that's when I really see people stopping themselves, is because they're like, oh no, well, what host to post script should I use? What's working right now? And I'm just telling you, anything is working, because you just have to message people. It doesn't matter which one you're using, just message them and just start working it. Because really, I use this one, and I got this from another distributor, so I can't take credit for it. But I also use the cleanse a lot. And when we had a shortage of product or product on back order, I was using wrap host to post, because we had wraps in stock. Like, just shift your focus and figure out what works for you. So I didn't have a stall of sending customers last month because of the waiting on products. I shifted over to something we had in stock. So I think that's something that, like, people just need to realize, that you have a goal in front of you. Like, my goal every single month is I want the majority of my steps of success done before the 15th. Like, that's just my goal every single month. And if I do it, I'm happy, and then I work for another one. And if I do that one, I'm happy, and I work for another one. And you just keep going. But if I don't have my 3 distributors signed by the 15th, I'm not happy. Like, I want to figure that out and get that done, because I know that that's my own business.
So that's another key, guys, is get your calendar out, make that decision. Like, newbies, maybe you're pushing, you want to go Ruby. So right on the top of that, you put my goal, 3 distributors, and then minimum 4 loyal customers. And now you don't want to stop there, because say that you get the distributors and they're not quite as excited as you are to hit that Ruby, and that happens. It just does. You want it so bad. And you know what? You're going to keep going. You're just going to keep doing this. And so with the host to post, it has helped people. The harder, I guess, what I'm looking for is, you want this bad enough, don't wait for somebody on your team to do it. If you're willing to put in 5 extra hours at night and work from 9 until 2 in the morning, do it. Like, there's nobody holding you back from that. And I can tell you that is going to be the secret that makes these people promoting any different from you is they've decided they're going to put in a little bit more work or a lot bit more work. So, that's the thing that I want you to make that decision is a brand new distributor. You absolutely could sign today and get Diamond done this month if you made that decision to do it. And so that's kind of what I want you to understand is setting that goal up for yourself. So make sure what do you want at the top. Debbie said this great. She wants 3 by the 15th. So she just broke her month even more. So now she's working more at the beginning of the month. So I bet you she's asking people as soon as she wakes up and at night for these host-to-posts and then being consistent and following up through those. So were you able to post those on the comments?
I don't know which one you want me to post.
Just post those and then they can grab them. So Joel's going to post them because they did a great job of being detailed with a conversation. So I want you guys to see how Debbie actually interacts with somebody when they say, when you message somebody, so a host-to-post, you would just message, hey, can you do me a favor? And I've always just log in and say, can I ask you a question? And so if they say, most of them, when you say that, they're like curious now. Like they want to know, what is your question? And you're like, oh, I'm going out for a big promotion. Would you be willing to do this post for me on your wall and then tag me? So the script will be up there so you can see it. Guys, you can word this how you want, but this is what works. I'm telling you over and over that the people that are promoting, this is probably 80 to 90% of what they're doing right now. So that'll pop up. And that's probably, am I right with you two girls, Tammy and Debbie? Like that's the majority was host to post probably.
Oh,
or
yeah.
at least asking for people to do favors, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure that, people were wondering because they think, well, God, what are they doing? But while they're doing that, if there's a product that you love, talk about that product too and show them your results. So, when I'm asking people to do a favor, I'm like, hey, would you post this for me? And then when people are, I'm following up with the people that commented on it, I'm sending them my personal results too. And going, well, here's one of the products that I used, but I also added these two. Would you like these? Because this was my results in 21 days. Mm-hmm. And so now they're going to want all of the products that I recommend. So that's just kind of a way, that they've done it. I'm going back to my questions. Sorry, guys. Okay. So they broke it down. So everybody should be doing this. And again, this is going to be repeated over and over, kind of the same thing. As a brand new distributor, what would you have them first get started on?
The training in the back office.
So and connect, because that's really where the training.
Yeah. So the very first thing I tell them is their login, their password, everything like that. Do your training videos and get back with me in the next 24 hours. Okay. And then after that, we start posting.
You want them training right away, like at least logging in and looking at some things, right? Okay. Yeah. Tammy, do you have anything different that you do?
So we just created in the last couple months, we created a newbie to Ruby page. Mm-hmm. So we're adding all of our new distributors in there, and we have a post at the very top that's like a pinned post, and it's very detailed, going through all the steps to get started as a new distributor. Kind of gives them even their first post to use and everything like that. Just like, hey, jump in. Just like we talked about before, we basically have an electronic starter kit now. Mm-hmm. Like you don't need to wait for your free product that comes in your starter kit to get your business going. Yep. So because of host to post, it's really been like crazy, like getting people. So many of my distributors that I've signed because of host to post they hosted a post for me and their post blew up, or I signed a customer and I offered them the distributor side. Mm-hmm. And so they instantly were getting their first customer. So it's like, okay, now you just need, to get a couple more customers, you can get $100 in free product, and then like, let's just get going. But like Debbie said, downloading the Connect app first and foremost and getting the training done.
So guys, that was an awesome thing that Tammy just said, is we have electronic basically kits. You're getting your product, but I love this idea. As you're enrolling new distributors, give them a post and let them use your name. Like they're asking, hey, my friend. So if I just signed up Tammy, what I'm doing with her is like, I'm going to give you a post. You're going to tag me and I'm going to help answer these questions for you. So I'm going to go to Tammy, give her the post, and it's going to say, my friend Stefani is looking for product testers for a 2-day herbal cleanse, whatever post I give her, so that she's not talking about the products that she's had results with, but she's referring, and I'm helping her gather her first customers, and so that they see it. And you can even do messages together, guys, so that they can see how to respond with that. But is that something that you guys would do? Like, I think that that's a big deal is, you know, the newbie's nervous, like, oh my gosh, I just started this business. I'm not really sure. I haven't tried any of the product yet. Maybe, like, what do I do? Well, host this post and I'll help talk about that. Or if they're just really ready, but post. That's the main thing, is you guys have got to realize that you have to get over that fear of, it's not going to hurt you. I promise. People may be mean.
Nobody has died yet that I know of.
And all you have to do is block them or unfriend them. They're not the ones paying your bills. They're not the ones that are going to change your life. You have to make that decision that you're going to better your life. So I think having that first win of getting them a post out or having them talk to somebody and creating those lists are going to be some of the best things that you can do. And like Debbie said, of logging in, getting familiar with the product. You know, have you actually looked at the product and read a little bit about it? I think that's such a key thing. So a visual too, if you guys are visual, is print off your chart. If you don't have a printer, draw it. It's 3 boxes across. Like, it's not that difficult, but
it's not rocket science.
You know, I think if you don't have your map printed out, you don't know where you're going. So if we got into an airplane and I just said, I'm going on vacation and didn't know where to go, and told that to the pilot, he'd be like, I can't go there. He needs a map too. He needs the direction of where to go. So you really need to know, where are you going? You hit that goal, you need to know a little bit ahead of that, kind of like it's your, like a little quick stop, dropping some people off and you're going to the next destination. So Ruby, then Emerald, then Diamond. You're not going to hang out in one destination very long. Don't get caught there. I love what you say too, is don't let a little success stop you from great success. So enjoy these wins, but know there's so much more for you guys to be doing. Okay. So I don't know if it's Debbie or Tammy, but what do you like now that we've had some changes with the comp plan? Are you guys excited about that? Like,
I don't know. You guys just promoted with the new comp plan. So
has it made it easier to talk about? Like, what do you love about the comp plan now and the new promotions?
I can go first. I mean, there's nothing to not like about this. I mean, you basically got rid of almost 50% of the boxes that we originally needed, which is why you are seeing more promotions happening. Like, going back about what you said about, it doesn't just, you don't just wake up and you promote overnight. I want to tell you guys something. I promoted to triple diamond in 2016. Okay. 2016. That was 3 years ago. I had on my screensaver on my phone, which I have since deleted because I don't need it anymore because I am presidential now. But I had presidential diamond December of 2016. And I didn't hit that, but because of the fact that you just keep going no matter what, this comp plan came out, and everybody that has been in this business has been like mind blown, because all the work that we were doing the work for twice as many boxes. Mm-hmm. So like, anybody who comes into this business and thinks, I can't do that, you most definitely can. Like, Ruby is 3 people. Everybody knows 3 people. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody knows 3 people who want to make money, and just don't overthink it. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Just get to work. And I know there was somebody who had a question about, what if those 3 people don't work? And we've been just really stacking. like stacking distributors and helping them and kind of getting that going. So I don't know if that helps, but that's really what we've been doing is like, you're still working hard as if all the original boxes were there, but it's just making it that much more like you've seen that light at the end of the tunnel, and it's just happening that much faster.
Mm-hmm. Debbie?
I think just the simplicity of people get it. Like people get this charting. Like they can understand it. It's not this huge map that is so hard to understand. Like if you sit down with somebody at a coffee shop, you can, like Stephanie said, you can draw it with 3 boxes. This is how you hit Ruby. This is how you get $500 a month. Simple, very simple. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's something that, like Tammy said, I have had in my mind triple diamond, that I am triple diamond. So when I promoted, I'm like, I'm presidential. Like, it's just something that I'm like, yeah, great, I hit that promotion, but next. And it's something that, like, you know, if you have something in front of you to keep pushing for, you're gonna do the work, and you're gonna get those boxes filled. And if somebody's not working with you, like on your team, if you have those boxes that just are not as passionate about it as you are, then you just really want to just look at that and think, this is my job, this is my promotion, I'm going for this, and just get it done, and don't expect people to do it for you. Mm-hmm. So for the ease of the charting this time, and like now it's like, okay, I can see ambassador this year, you know, because of how simple the comp plan is now. Before that scared the crap out of me to say I want an ambassador. Now it's like, okay, that's doable. I can do it, you know?
So simple. We love that. So we want people to catch that vision right away. So newbies, people that have been with us, and you're just like, gal, I'm just not that strong at talking to people, you know, about the comp plan. How do I talk to them? Well, you know what? You can come into this and you can get $1,000 guarantee by just following 3 simple steps. You just join me. You run your 80 BV personal order. That's getting product that you get results with so that you can gather more customers. I want to teach you how to do host to post, because we know that that's what's working, and you're not going to know what that is, but I'm here to teach you to do that. And just, are you willing to post and follow my lead and being consistent with that? And so if you can do that, you can absolutely get that $1,000 guarantee. I'm going to help you do that. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to ride right up the ranks from emerald to diamond. And that has a $10,000 bonus attached to that. Don't be afraid to talk about money. We need money to survive, okay? So money is not bad. Money is good. Everybody needs it and everybody wants it. And it's blessing somebody out there. So
and my follow-up statement to that is, if you didn't want money, why did you join as a distributor?
Well, Debbie wanted fun. So some people do want fun and friends, and I do.
She's having so much more fun now that she's triple diamond.
But what happens is most people maybe they want time.
And, right. And that's the thing is, like, I was making good money at my job. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally had my dream job. And so looking back, like, if I didn't know about this opportunity and nobody approached me about it, like, I would still be stuck in this job away from my children. I wouldn't even probably have Tucker because I've been overwhelmed with life. And it's just something that not everybody joins for money, but honestly, the money that comes with this business, I'm making more now than I did in my career, like as occupational therapy. Like, it's something that it's hard to wrap your mind around when you first get started, more than $500 a month. You know, it's hard to wrap your mind around $1,000 a month sometimes. But once you hit those goals, keep going forward, keep pushing higher, because $10,000 a month, like, that's going to be my normal. Like, you know what I mean? And then after that, it's going to be $25,000 a month. After that, it's going to be $100,000 a month. So it's like you keep going forward. Nobody goes through life wanting to slide backwards. Mm-hmm. You always should be wanting to push forward.
And I think too, guys, you know, as we're talking about this, is you get in this sometimes for yourself, which is okay. Like, I had to come to that. But knowing that you have a team of people and you want them to be successful, that you see their strength and how well they can do. And I can tell you, when I talked to Debbie and Tammy, and I'm waiting for updates and everything, and they were excited for their promotion, but what they both said in separate texts, even though they're sisters to me, was they were more excited for their team's promotion. And that is why they're in the position that they're in, is because they've reached out to their team. They believe in them. They see the potential. And so everything rises up when you're pouring down into your team. And so, but reciprocate too, guys. You know, you want this. They're willing. We're all willing to give you everything that you need. You've got to take the action. And that is the one thing that, you know, we want to shake you as leaders, is we're no different other than we've tried it over and over and over again. And that's a huge key.
I kind of like what Debbie said in there, and I don't know if anybody caught it, but it connects to one of my favorite quotes. And it's, nobody is coming to save you.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
In your life, nobody is coming to rescue you from your life. Your life is up to your design. The same thing is absolutely true about this business. And that's kind of how Debbie said it, is this business is your business. Nobody is going to build it for you, and nobody is going to want it as bad as you are. And the moment that you want somebody else's promotion so bad for them that you're willing to help them, that is when your promotion just automatically takes place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, it wasn't easy, guys. I know, like, again, you know, you're looking at these two, and they went with people that quit on them, and they stayed. They had people be mean to them, and they stayed. They had good days, they stayed.
They're on my team, and they stayed.
Yes. But what they did was they stayed close to people that believed in them. And that's a huge thing in this group and in our team environment that I love so much, is that I have terrible days too, guys. You should see some of the hate messages I get. But it's okay. It's part of it. It would be a part of any job, anything that I do in my life. There's going to be some type of hater. There always has been. And it's just part of life. But I choose to push that aside, and who wants me to win? You know, have that circle of people that want you to win, that believe in you, that, you know, listen, don't be somebody that just, you know, always is complaining, but come with a solution. Like, I want to do better. I want to be better. And how you do that. And so Tammy and Debbie, you always show up to everything. They're some of the most reliable people. And so some traits that I want you can all start developing this now. You know, it wasn't like a magical, all of a sudden awesome leader. Like, this was not what I thought I was doing. I know these girls didn't either, and many of you, but we want you to know that you are developing. Every Zoom that you get on, every call that you get on, everything that you read that's positive, you're developing the best version of yourself. And so Tammy and Debbie, if you could say something to a new person and to people that have been with us, what would be your like tip of like what to do to stay, I don't want to say motivated, because you know that word just doesn't exist in my dictionary, but something that could help them when they feel like, I want to give up. This is too hard.
I'll go first. So my biggest thing, you guys, is when I see people wanting to give up on themselves, go back to your why. Like, why did you start this? What do you want out of this? What's going to bring that passion out in you to keep going? For me and Tammy, we both had haters, like from our friends and family. And that fueled our fire. And it really pushed us forward to say, you know what, I'm going to show you. Even my own husband, he'll probably kill me for saying this, but he told me, you have 6 months to make money in this business. I don't know if you remember that, Joel. I remember telling you that, and you kind of laughed about it. But I was like...
Who's laughing now, Debbie?
Right. Right. I was like, oh, you don't think I can do this? Like, that's how I took it. So I was like, watch me. Mm-hmm. And that's really like you fuel your fire with things that happen like that to you. You fuel the fire from just people not believing in you. And then you have to find the people that are your tribe and the people you want to be like and the people that you know, want the same results as. So I remember when Stefani, we first started, she said, you know, just copy the right cats, and they were the right cats for us. So we really just zoned in on them and we copied what they were doing, and then we built our confidence from there. And one thing that they never did is they never quit. And I'll never quit, because if I quit now, I will never get to where they're at now. If you quit now, you'll never get to where we are at now. So it's something that you just have to keep going forward. It will happen. It just maybe not in your timing, but it will happen.
Mm-hmm. Tammy?
So if I were to be talking to a newer distributor and they're getting frustrated because within like 24 hours, you're going to hit your first frustration point, right? Like all of us have. I love that graphic, and I wish I had it to show you guys right now, but there's a graphic about what people think a business is, and it's like this, mm-hmm. and what a business truly is. And it's like this, all up and down and up and around and all that. And it's so true when it comes to anything that's worthwhile doing. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, mm-hmm. and you're going to have your all arounds, and you just have to stick with it. Mm-hmm. So find somebody. And I always say this to my team. I know Debbie does. I know you guys probably do too. It's like, come to me. Like, if you need to vent, if you just have a question, or if you need help, like, I am always here. That is my job. And if you feel that frustration, which you will, you need to have that sounding board. You need to have that person to connect with. And like Debbie and I, we've always had each other, but she's part of my team too. So I can't really vent to her about everything that I want to, but find that person that you can connect with, and you can have help you through the ups and downs in the business, but just never, ever quit.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are going to go through this, especially, you know, when you're pushing for something and you want it so bad, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be a detour that takes you off for, you know, it could be a couple hours, and you just got to get back on that map. Like, you know where you're going. So I think that's the best thing to do, is just be so laser focused. Listen to the right things, turn off the weather channel, or not the weather channel, the news. You can listen to the weather. If it's sunshine, we want that. But, you know, what are you putting into your head? Who are you listening to? What do you believe about yourself? Write it on your walls and believe it. I think the more that you write it down, the more that you're listening to things, the more that you really start to believe those words that come out of your mouth. And for those of you that have kids or loved ones, what would you speak over them? And speak that over yourself. And Joel's really helped me, guys, along the way with that, of just speaking words, and over, not only over me, but, you know, he does it for himself. I don't really need to do it for him, although I do, but over you as well. He can see the true potential that you have in, and we want you to unlock that. We give you permission. Like Mark says, you have the green light. You need to go. Like, there's no stop signs at all this month. These bonuses are going to end on the 30th of this month. And so we want as many of you to hit these promotions and then stick with the momentum. I think that's the key, is, you know, as Debbie and Tammy promoted, they're not slowing down. They want more of their team to see success. And so that's what we want with you guys, is challenge yourself to do more host to posts, to ask more people. You know, write down those things. What today can I be doing more of that you can't say, I wish I would have? You know, be proud that you put it all in. If you don't hit your goal, guys, I've not hit some of my goals, and I'm not mad, because I put it out there and I'm going to keep going after it. Many times I've put a goal out there. Like, I'm going to keep saying double ambassador. I'm going to keep saying it, but you know, it's not just me, it's my team, but I'm going to keep going for a goal and know that I'm putting in the strongest effort that I can. And I hope that that makes sense. And Tammy, Debbie, I'm just so proud of you. Thank you for sharing those.
I'm
those
prouder,
posts.
just saying.
And no, they're my cousins. You on my marriage, but you know, if you had to end, you know, on something, is there any last minute, like you just have this on your heart and you're like, I need to say this?
I think if you say you can't, you can't. If you say you can, you can. Your mind is so strong with this. You have to have the right mindset and really know that the law of attraction, what you're putting out there, is what you're going to get back. So I think that's really what drives people that are successful forward, is they believe in themselves. They believe they can do it. So keep pushing forward, keep working on your mindset, and you'll get there. So
good.
And we must be sisters or something, because I was going to push the same thing. Like, you have to get your mind right. Your mindset is everything. You guys, if you guys know me, you know I'm a sucker for self-development. I'm constantly doing more, trying to be a better person mentally and trying to be a better leader every single day. And so just constantly be pouring that into yourself. And if you tell yourself you're going to be able to do it, you will be able to do it. You just need to make it happen.
So good. And they are incredible. You guys know that. If you don't know them, they're somebody that I would highly recommend to follow, because they have always put out positive, loved everyone, open arms, like they're my peoples. So I am just beyond proud, and I can't wait just to keep seeing more and more of you get up to these higher ranks, because you are all worthy of that. And if you need a good reminder, go read my post from today, because I think it was pretty good. But we love seeing you guys on Sunday night. We hope you enjoy these Sunday night Zooms. And, you know, really, it's your call, guys. It's your promotion. You decide today, you get out those ranks, and let's run it up. Do you have anything else, Joel?
You can either start today or start on the 27th, which is going to be easier. I think you should start today.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have an awesome Sunday, and we'll see you later this week.
See ya.
See ya.